Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth and I am back again doing your mid-April 2016 monthly tarot horoscopes. This is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Sagittarius. Whoa, cards are flying out here. Just so you guys know, I do have a website if you'd like to have a private reading. It's oracledaphne.com, and I wanted to thank you guys for not posting comments on my calendar page on my website because people have gotten much better about that, which I appreciate. To book a reading, all you need to do is email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com, and I'd love to get you scheduled. So I am back doing using my regular Shadowscapes deck, and I am letting everybody know that I am trying to phase out my mid-month readings, but obviously I'm back by popular demand, and we'll see how things go. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to be doing my sex and relationship videos for May. You're going to have to stay tuned for that. Definitely follow me on Twitter and subscribe to my channel so that you know what's going on. I do post a lot of things as like updates on my Twitter page at Oracle Daphne. I also have another Twitter page at Birdsfly with 2 R's. So definitely subscribe because it is free to subscribe, and I'm always kind of changing and doing different things. Right now I have it broken up on my channel, which I have my general readings, which I post in the beginning of the month around the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. My mid-month readings, which I'm trying to phase out, but I am posting around the 15th, 16th, 17th, or 18th of the month. And my sex and relationship videos, which I do as often as I possibly can, but I don't do them as often as I would like. Okay, so yeah, so that's how things are split up for me, and let's just see what you guys get. And for those of you who are new, this is for the last couple weeks, 2-3 weeks in April, give or take a little bit. So, and this is again for Sagittarius, everybody with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Sagittarius. I want to say, I feel like your energy is overshadowed by a water sign, okay? Or like if you're in a relationship to say a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, I feel like they are the focus, okay? And your energy is quite muted because of them, okay? It may also be an Aquarius too. There may be some Aquarius, situations, or Gemini or Libra too, air sign too. Your energy is just muffled. It's sort of just like, it's like, I know you're there, but it's like you have this, like not a cloud, but like a blanket over you. So it's like you're covered in a blanket, and I know you're there, but it's not necessarily bad per se, but it's just like you're not really acting. You may be acting kind of out of character. You may be acting a little bit more emotional than maybe you would normally, or more sensitive than you would normally. There is a lot going on in this spread, which it's just not unusual for Sagittarius, because I feel like you're kind of all over the place. It's almost really hard to read it because there is no story exactly standing out. There's just a lot of different key elements. The first I'm going to start with, and I'm just going to read it as I go, is the 9 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles is a person, is one of the star cards, but it's a person who is on track to becoming famous in some way, okay? This is the magic star, the music star, the beauty star, the YouTube star, the film star. This is coming into your own power, okay? And it's interesting that I said that I can feel you, but at the same time, not quite. I know that you're there, but it's like you're surrounded, and this could be that you're surrounded by a lot of people. You've got a lot of other people around you, and you're going so fast through life that it's sort of just like you're here, and this is you, okay? Whoosh. You're here 1 minute, gone the next, okay? And so I just can't quite pinpoint you. I feel like I'm having a difficult time pinpointing you. It's like that I don't know if you saw the Star Trek, I think it was Star Trek Into Darkness. No, maybe it was the first one, where he was trying to manually beam up, Spock, and he's like, stand still, hold still, just for like 2 seconds. And he got like everyone except Spock's mom, because she moved. And so it's like, you're moving like everywhere, and it's like, I can't quite pin you down. I can't quite read you like I would normally read you. Okay. Some of you are like literally like watching this and doing something else. Some of you like have like several like YouTube things open, and you're trying to listen to mine and like somebody else's, or like you're like on your phone and you're listening, but like you're also like cooking, or you're driving, or like you're multitasking and you're not even really listening. And it's funny that I'm pointing this out. You may be eating too. Like some of you like maybe eating and watching at the same time, and so you're not totally paying attention. And your mind is also someplace else. So your mind is one place, your food's in another, and you're like, your ears are listening. It's kind of confusing, what I'm getting, but it's very challenging to get a read on you at this moment, because your energy is very, very scattered and spread out, and you're like doing all these other things. The Nine of Pentacles, going back to this card, is about coming into your own power, and that is recognizing your own divinity and who you are in the world. And to have this as a foundation is amazing, okay? So it's a very strong card for you. You may be in the music industry. You may be in the film industry. You may have your own beauty YouTube channel, okay? You may be really into fashion. You may be like a fashion model or a fashion star, somebody who's just like really into that. If you're not like well known and you're not a famous person, it's okay. It just means that the universe is spotlighting you in a sense at this time, and the spotlight is on career. The spotlight is on who you are in the world, applying your talents and gifts to the world. People will say, it's interesting. I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, and it was like they were saying how they thought a job could be good for them because they know of X, Y, and Z. And really, it's really the opposite. It's about how you're good for the job because you have training and all these things, and this is your passion. So it's a different perspective. It's a different way of looking at it. But I feel like this is the perspective you need to kind of see, the lens with which you need to see the world, in the end of April and going forward from that point on. Some of you may be focused very much on career. This is a career card, guys and girls, you want to be someone in the world. You don't want to just sit back and like relax, and enjoy the show. Although, you're watching a YouTube channel, so maybe you enjoy YouTube and whatnot. But to me, this is who you are in the world. Someone who has many talents and gifts which they can bring to the world. I do feel like financially it's a great card, and also you do have the Ace of Pentacles in the recent past, which is linking up with it as well, which is the You're So Money Baby card, okay? And you have the Ace of Cups crowning you, which is the beginning of this is the Drop of Promise, which is the beginning of the flow of money after much hardship and much lack, okay? So, and then you followed by the Page of Swords, which is being lifted up out of hardship. So financially, you're doing really well in April. And maybe you haven't been doing so well, but I feel like if there's money to be had in any of the signs charts, for you, it's now. Okay? For you, the time is now. Career is now. Money is now. This is no longer being in hardship. This is no longer being in that place of how the fuck am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to get here and there? No, no, no. This is really strong financial time. At the center of everything, there is this waiting card and this disconnect, similar to Taurus. So you may be in a relationship with a Taurus, or you may have some Taurus in your chart. Okay, I don't feel like either of these people are you. Okay, I feel like you actually may be watching this for somebody else, or you may just have a lot of strong, like your ascendant might be in Pisces, or your ascendant might be in Leo, or your ascendant might be in Gemini or Libra, or Scorpio or something, and you're watching this for for you, but at the same time, like your main, this is not your sun sign, okay? That, or you're watching it for somebody else. And there may be a lot of you who are watching this for someone else. But at the center of everything, you have the Four of Cups, which is the disconnect. Living in the dream, not the reality, okay? Needing alone time, needing your own space, needing time to just kind of, ponder the universe, maybe do a little writing, maybe sip some tea, maybe do your hair, get your hair done, maybe, and this is meandering, this is not like having any destination, needing a time out, being disconnected. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles crossing, which I see as a Scorpio, a lot of times a Scorpio lady, female, but it's a Pentacles card, so it could be Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo as well. And to me, the Four of Cups is usually a Pisces, number one, or Cancer or Scorpio also. So, I want to say, Sagittarius guys, you may have broken up with someone recently, okay? You may have a strong sexual connection to them, but for whatever reason, it just didn't work out, or it's not what you wanted. Sagittarius ladies, I feel like you are not paying attention. You're just not paying attention to what's going on around you. You have a lot of things going on. You may have a lot of prosperity. You may have money. You may be, hanging out with friends. There may be just a lot of social activity. But I want to say some of you are severely disconnected from what you're doing. So it's emotionally, you're not into it. You may be going with the going here, going there, and doing everything, but it's just it's not doing anything emotionally for you. It's not emotionally fulfilling. They say money can't buy happiness. You may have a lot of money, but it's not making you happy. You may not have a relationship, and you may be, wondering, why don't I have a relationship? You may be waiting for someone to come back into your life, or you may be waiting to have a family. Some of you are single moms, and you're doing it alone. Okay, and you need alone time, or you are disconnected from someone from the past. Okay, it's just very intricate spread. Similar to Taurus, where they got this. You're in a cycle, okay, and you are recycling, okay, and the cycle is, again, very financially good for you, but emotionally bad for you. Despite the fact that you have the Ace of Cups crowning you, which can be having feelings for someone. You may be in love with a friend, or have feelings for a friend. Okay, I want to say there may be someone that you have feelings for that you don't see that much. There's a disconnect. You may have a long distance relationship, or someone that you don't see that much. This is friends, but wanting more. I want to say, this is a friend, but you may have feelings for that person. That person might have feelings for you. Sagittarius guys, I feel like you are very focused on finance and women at this time, okay? Because there's a lot of women here. So you may be dating several women. I don't feel any one of these women is your soulmate. Although you may have feelings for like a friend or someone that's like started off like really slowly, like where like you never really intended to date them, but like you're friends with them, and you know, I want to say it may turn into something more later on, but it's not showing up in the spread here how it's going to really turn out. You're going to have to stay tuned on that, or you're going to have to contact me for a private reading, because I've looked at another card and I feel like you may be, you know, you may be in another partnership. I want to say there's several ladies here. So, you know, you may be in another partnership, and there may be some resentment within your relationship if you're in a relationship with someone. Sagittarius guys. Sagittarius ladies, same thing. I feel like Sagittarius ladies are really focused on career right now. I don't feel like romance is on the horizon for you right now. Like, you may want to be in a relationship, but I feel like the Four of Cups is like sort of like you just want your own single time. You want to be, you know, alone. You want to be to have your time. You may not have a lot of time. You may be very busy, and you may not have a lot of time. You may not have time for a partner if you're in a relationship. You don't even have time for yourself, let alone a partner. You are focused on career. I do feel like all this prosperity is around you, circling around you. Same with Sagittarius guys, prosperity galore, okay? I'm not worried about you Sagittarius at all for April financially, not at all. For some reason, you're disconnected from it though. It's like you don't believe it. It's sort of like it's there, but you don't know how to tap into it. Or it's there, but like, you know, you're not working. Like some of you, you're not working. Some of you, you are trying to find a job, or you're trying to pay your bills, and it's like all this prosperity. I don't know. It is possible that you're like, you live in a wealthy community. Let's just say. You live in a wealthy community, but you don't have a job, okay? Or you live with your parents who have a lot of money, but you don't have a lot of money. I feel like you're just disconnected from this financial element in some way. So some of you do literally have a lot of career potential and a lot of financial potential, and it's there for you. Money is there for you. But at the same time, later down the line, you have the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is, you know, survival mode. Can also be a bad dude. I don't feel like it's you, Sagittarius. I feel like it's somebody else. And you have the Five of Wands, which is, you know, bills piling up, beating the world off with a stick. So to have all this prosperity, but then have this outcome as this Five of Wands and the Five of Swords, which is survival type stuff, being worried about finances, doesn't really make much sense to me unless you were in an environment where there was money, but you couldn't tap into it for some reason, which would make sense if you lived with your parents who had money, or if you lived in a community, like say you lived in like a gated community, which was like, you know, that was very, very wealthy, but for whatever reason you lost your job. And so like you're surrounded by this money, but like you can't really access it, you know? And so maybe you're waiting for a job, you're waiting for that one, you know, you're waiting to be discovered, you're waiting to make your mark, you're waiting to have your career pick up, you know, or take off in some way. The Six of Pentacles is also some legal stuff. I don't feel like it's as much legal in this situation as it is needing to watch what you spend or being careful about spending, but there's also resentment here. So like, let's just say you were like a housewife and you lived with a partner who's very, this can be guy or girl, who's like independently wealthy and there's money, but you're unhappy and there's resentment and it's not what you want, or this person isn't what you want, and it's sort of like you want to leave, or you want to move, or you want to, you know, separate. I definitely feel like this Page of Swords is a card about separation. You could be married to like a best friend from like high school, and like there's not really anything going in the relationship except finances. Like it's secure, and they're your best friend, or they're your friend, but there isn't like sex, and there isn't like romance, and there isn't like things in common, you know, too much. You know, you guys maybe have your separate lives and you do your separate things, you know. So it's just a very disjointed in some way spread, okay? You do have the Hermit, which is, needing to go into the cave or come out of the cave. I feel like for a lot of you, it's needing to spend some time alone, okay? If you've been spending a lot of time alone and life is sort of passing you by, you need to get back out again, get back into the game. Okay, get out of there, get out of Dodge, okay? Because to me, it's sort of just like you're in a cycle. You're in a cycle where it's just like these cars are around you. All this money is circling around you, but you can't tap into it. You're not tapping into it. And the universe is saying, career, Six of Wands, which is, climbing the ladder, blood, sweat, and tears, getting someplace in career. It can also be a Virgo male, okay? It does come up as a Virgo male. There's a lot of guys in this spread, not a lot of females here. There are some fire cards, which I feel like is you, Sagittarius, the Knight of Wands. But the Knight of Wands only shows up as the second card. The King of Wands only showed up as the second card. The Five of Wands only showed up as the second card. So it's like you're putting somebody else first. You're not putting yourself first. You're putting somebody else first. And, like what you want or what you think or where you want to go comes second to this other person. Or for whatever reason, you're not able to get what you want, or you're not able to tap into your potential. And the universe is saying, career, you need to live up to your potential. And for whatever reason, you may not see it. You're not blocked in any real way, except I feel like that there's a disconnect. Again, with someone who's at some distance, or someone that you can't quite touch, or can't quite reach, or like something that's kind of just out of reach. There's a lot of busyness. There's a lot of career focus. It is possible that you're just really, really burnt out, and this kind of energy is very intense. I feel like your energy is very, very intense. For the last couple weeks in April. Now, I don't remember what my Sagittarius reading was before, but I want to say there's something that's cyclical, that's going around and around and around, and I feel like you need to make some kind of decision. And I feel like for some reason April is really strong decision-making time. And I said this for some other signs, and I don't normally talk about decision-making too much. At least I don't think I do. So, you have the Four of Swords in the position of your attitude, which I feel like maybe I usually see it as a Leo female. Could be a Leo guy too. But it is also needing to take a rest. So, for those of you who are partying really hard and, spending a lot of money, going out there and hanging out with your friends and busy, and like coming and going, and you really, at the center of everything, really just need some time alone, that's what you need to do. You need to take a little breather, because you're going to end up getting sick, because the Four of Swords is getting sick, is burnout, okay? But the weird thing is that I feel like your needs are coming second to somebody else's needs. And the Sagittarius challenge is to have healthy self-focus. Either Sagittarius overdoes it and it's like all about them, or they underdo it and it's really all about relationships, or it's really all about other people in their lives, or it's really all about family. I don't feel like you're making good decisions because I feel like there isn't a healthy flow. There's no flow really exactly. It's everything sort of stationary. And what happens when there's a stationary pattern is it's hail, okay? Not now, but later, okay? Or unexpectedly at any time, hail happens, okay? So it's sort of just like, you could stay in this pattern for a really, really long time indefinitely. And nothing really is changing, which means nothing's really shifting, which means you need to start making some better decisions for yourself. If you don't, then really nothing is going to change. And some of you like don't want things to change. So like some of you, it's sort of like you are, and maybe like again, maybe you're like in the midst, like everybody's telling you what to do, or maybe everybody's saying, okay, you need to go do this, but you don't want to do any of it. You just want to like stay at home, or like you want to like not go out, or you're the person that's like locking their door and shutting out the world, or maybe that's what emotionally you want to do, because it's overwhelming. There's so much. I want to say for some of you, you're famous, okay? And dealing with fame is very challenging. And, it's one of those things where, people may be following you everywhere. You may be just trying to like, trying to live your life. But for whatever reason, there's like people coming at you all the time and you're really in the spotlight. And you're not able to really get away, or you're not really able to get the peace that you need, or you're not able to have the time off that you need for whatever reason. You may be very focused on career and you're not taking enough time to rest, or you're not taking enough time for yourself. There's not a lot about family, although there are people cards around you, but not a lot of them. I feel like it's more, there's a disconnect from people for some cases, and there's like, it's like one way or the other. It's like there's people all around and you're just like that one person in the middle of everything that's not saying a word, or you're disconnected emotionally from it all. You're just like, you're there, but it's like you're surrounded by a lot of what other people think and what other people feel, and it's just like it's overwhelming. And then there's this like, you are part of the life of the party and you're going, and you're going to burn out. But mostly, I just feel like it's a stationary pattern. I feel like it's where nothing is really changing too much. So as far as shifting from April, you're going to have to go back and watch my general spread from my regular general April videos to see what else I said. I would refer back there because I feel like not much is really changing for you. You're in a stationary pattern, which means you could be in this pattern for a long time. Indefinitely, really, until you make the decision to change something, or until you tap into all that prosperity that's around you, or until one day you meet someone. I want to say you meet someone who helps you through this, or helps navigate through what you need to do. Kind of holds your hand through it. To me, it's like you need like a mentor, you need somebody to talk to, you need someone to kind of help you kind of guide you, because I feel like you're kind of, in a way, you're so disconnected, it feels like you're a little bit lost. And all the money that you may have doesn't mean anything. Where all the people, like money doesn't matter to you, like ultimately. For some of you, it's like it does matter because it is your career and you make good money. But like at the end of the day, there's not a lot of romance. And at the end of the day, there's not a lot of love. So those need to become more of a focus. There needs to be more of a balance, I feel. And if you are really disconnected because you broke up with someone, or like, recently or whatever, then you need to reach out to some people. Again, you need to be kind of helped out. You need somebody to help you out of this little blue funk that you're in, because, I don't want you to stay in that place. So, on that note, I am going to thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and Google Plusing. I really appreciate it. I will be back again doing your May 2016 videos, and I send you guys big hugs, big kisses, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Stay tuned. Okay, take care. All the best. Bye.